see or taste, and what are your first impressions of the city? Thank you.
You're welcome. I just wanted to make sure I saw it. It is indeed my first time in Prague. The second part of that question is always a humorous one for me on my first day, because what I've seen in Prague is an airport, a car, and my pillow. Because it was a long flight. I came from New York through Heathrow to here. So I'm looking forward, very interesting that tomorrow I have a day off here. So that will be my day to really be able to experience Prague. And I know I will love Prague because every person in the US that I told I was coming here just did their whole, oh my God, you're going to Prague. Oh yeah, you know. And so I have a list of places that I'm supposed to go to see. So I'm looking forward to a great experience here in Prague. Thank you.
And what is going to be the first place you go?
Oddly enough, on the drive here, we went by, of course, the Moldau. My manager here said, unbeknownst to me, that her favorite piece of classical music is indeed mine, Smetana's The Moldau. So I'm going to spend a lot of time tomorrow on the river.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Accessible worldwide and comedy. Comedy tends to be site-specific. Good comedies don't always translate in different countries where they're at. Whereas a drama, where you are many times translated into the language of the country, tends to be more homogeneous and accessible. So more people see me as Bobby than see me as Frank Lambert. Now, to the question of film versus television, yes, I'm not known for film work at all, to be quite honest. I think I've done 2 films of no particular interest over my career, but I've done, you know, my goodness, now 350, 450, almost 600 episodes of television. So I've satiated the market with my face. And I find that film relies on scarcity a lot. You know, most people will do a film, even very successful actors, if they do 2 films a year, that's a good career. You know, especially nowadays with films being so large that they do take that amount of time. So people are anticipating what the next film will be for their favorite film star. You only have to wait till Tuesday, you know, to find out what I'm doing next. So there's not really a market for me to do feature films and have people anticipate, oh, what's it going to be? But it never bothered me in the sense of I find the satisfaction of work, no matter what it is, any work, in or out of film business. I'm a carpenter by trade. That's what I grew up being. I'm a carpenter. I get as much pleasure and joy out of a day's work as a carpenter that I do as a television actor. And as a matter of fact, I still do carpentry work around the house. You know, if something needs rebuilt, I do that because it fills me with satisfaction. So film work, if it comes, absolutely, I'm ready. Whenever the phone rings, I say yes, and then I ask who it is. So if it's a film job, I would take it, but I'm not wringing my hands, wondering when the next one will come.
Thank you very much and welcome.
So when you look back to your career, like what did you enjoy the most? Can you pick up something what it was the most enjoyable for you, what you've done?
The essence of that is twofold for me. In retrospect, looking back, I find that I've had incredible good luck and great fortune. And the shows that I've done have lasted so long. You know, if you think about it, I've only had 3 jobs in 50 years. You know, for an actor, that's a pretty good average because I've been steadily employed for 50 years. Dallas is 16 years. Step by Step was 7 years. Man from Atlantis was 2 years. The Bold and the Beautiful was 5 years. So it's just consistency to me
But
is important.
what you
Now,
actually like the most?
yeah, now, what I like the most, interestingly enough, I've had career-changing revelations doing theater as opposed to film work. Two instances. One was an instance in 2000. I was in the UK in London doing a play on the West End. I had a director that changed my, and I had been working since 1976. So I've been working a long time, and I had a director in 2000 that changed my attitude towards my profession. Fundamentally changed my attitude. To me, that was remarkable at that stage of my life when I thought I knew everything, right? To have someone give me inspiration that struck me so deeply. So that's one. And the second one was another theater experience that I just had, again in England, but that's where I do most of my theater, was a play that I just finished last year, October, November, December. And that was fundamental to me because it was 12 people on stage for the entire play, and it's hard to explain how satisfying it is to only feel support, to only feel that every person in your tribe, in your family, on your stage, is only there to make you feel better. And we all had that towards each other, so it wasn't just one person. Every single person was looking out for the well-being of everybody else. That's very rare. You know, in film business, I've only worked with wonderful people, but wonderful people from all conditions of life. But this last stage experience to me was unique in that sense. So those two, at the end of my life and career so far, I will remember those two instances. I will, of course, be grateful for Bobby Ewing. I will be grateful for Frank Lambert. I'll be grateful for whatever I might do in the future. I'm grateful to be here. You know, somebody called up and asked if I would like to come to Prague. I mean, who gets phone calls like that? It's amazing that, you know, and they said, we'll fly you there. We'll actually put you on the plane. You don't have to do it yourself. So this life is the most incredible life in the world, and I'm completely, you know, appreciative of every single aspect of it. So what is more fundamental is a hard question.